Yo, welcome back to the Controllables interview series, here to shine a light on the inner game behind peak performance, all for Mental Health Awareness Month. Today, I am honored to feature Josie Lakosky, a standout lacrosse player at Northern Michigan University and someone I had the privilege of coaching back in high school. Josie's story is all about what it really takes to show up, build habits, and stay mentally locked in, even when the pressure is high and the shots aren't falling. Let's get into it. Question 1. When life felt out of control, what was one thing you chose to focus on that made all the difference?
When things began to feel chaotic, whether it was balancing school, lacrosse, or personal challenges, I always focused on the controllables. A big one for me was effort. No matter what was going on around me or outside the field, I always knew that I had complete control over how hard I worked, how present I was with my teammates, and how I responded to setbacks. There were days when things didn't go my way, when the pressure felt overwhelming, which is inevitable, but I refused to let those circumstances dictate my commitment. Instead of stressing over what I couldn't change, I focused on what I could, my attitude, my effort, and my willingness to keep pushing forward. That mindset not only kept me grounded, but also helped me be the best teammate I could be. I have realized that at the end of the day, success isn't just about talent. It's about showing up, giving your all, and making the right choices to keep moving forward no matter the obstacles.
That's a powerful mindset right there. I can't control everything, but I can control how I show up. Josie's not just talking about effort, she's talking about character, and that's a game changer. Question 2. Which of the controllables shaped your success the most and why?
Definitely habit. Lacrosse is a game of consistency. Building strong habits like extra shooting reps after practice, watching film, and most importantly, prioritizing recovery and mindset made the biggest difference for me. Success came from me by recognizing that it's about what you do when no one is watching, making the hard work automatic and turning discipline into second nature. When I create these habits and train myself to do the right things every day, whether that's focusing on the fundamentals, staying locked in mentally, or controlling my attitude and effort, success naturally follows. Lacrosse has taught me that you can't always control the outcome, but you can control your preparation. And when you commit to doing the little things right, day in and day out, the results will take care of themselves.
Habit is foundation. What we repeat, we become. Josie didn't just build routines, right? She wired her confidence into them. And that's what's going to separate talent and consistency every single time. Question 3. Can you tell me about a moment when your inner dialogue was the biggest thing you had to overcome?
There was a game where I missed a couple of shots early in the first quarter, and my first instinct was to get frustrated and get in my own head. But I had to stop myself and reset my mindset. Instead of dwelling on those mistakes, I remind myself again to control the controllables. Since my shooting is off, then I'm going to focus on things I can control and be the fastest and hardest worker on the field. Once I stopped fighting myself mentally and focused on the little things, I found my rhythm and ended up having one of my best performances.
The mental game starts the moment you miss, right? Most people start to spiral. Josie chose to refocus. That shift from frustration to focus, that is a trained response and not a lucky one, right? The brain is a muscle, and the more we use it, the more control we get over it. Question 4. If you could go back and tell your younger self one thing about mindset, what would it be?
If I could go back, I'd tell my younger self that confidence isn't about never failing. It's about trusting yourself that you'll bounce back every time you do. In high school, I doubted myself a lot and let mistakes get in my head. I thought confidence was something you either had or you didn't. But as I've grown, I've learned that it's built over time by showing up, putting in the work, trusting yourself, and telling yourself that you can handle challenges. You don't have to be perfect to be great. I focus on staying in the moment, controlling what I can, while making sure I have confidence in myself and my team, while also setting goals and striving to reach them with the knowledge I may fail, but having the mindset with the confidence that I will bounce back even better. To To me, every setback or failure is just another chance to learn, grow, and succeed.
That's the truth right there. Confidence isn't a trait, it's a continuous practice, right? Always get better through the reps and how we talk to ourselves when no one else can hear it. Josie was also just announced the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athlete Conference Attacker of the Year. Let's go! I'm proud of you, Josie, not just for your accomplishments on the field, but your growth off the field. It's been so cool to see your journey. If you were watching and this message resonated, go ahead and drop your comment of the controllable you're working on this week. And if you want to start your own journey, grab a copy of the Controllables anywhere they sell books or scan the QR code to get chapter 1 for free. We'll see you in the next one. Stay charged.